As you may know or not, I do some video on YouTube, normally in French because I'm French, but this video is the first one of my English YouTube channel. So welcome, get comfortable, we are going to talk about computer science and YouTube. It's going to be meta. When you want to become a YouTuber or at least create some video content, you are facing one major issue: the video making process. I know it can sound silly, but it's true, just think about it. You need to find an idea, to write all the content, to think what you're going to say, what you're going to do, then you have to shoot the video, you have to edit the video, you have to write a title, a description, you have to create a thumbnail, you have to upload it to YouTube. That's a lot of work. But thankfully it ends today. We are going to create programs that can do everything alone. We are going to basically create a standalone YouTube channel. To create a nice video, we need first to have a nice subject. What to do? Plagiarism? Well, even if everyone does that nowadays, we are a respectable person. Instead, we will steal it. But only pieces in a public domain, of course. It's not illegal, and it's actually pretty nice to rediscover old works. As I said, I'm French, so for me it's kind of mandatory to have French authors' work. So let's go back in time, 17th century. The Sun King, Louis XIV, in Versailles. One person is mocking the establishment, Jean de La Fontaine. Great, we found our guy, and actually his work is perfect for YouTube. He wrote tons of fables that are super short stories made for kids. YouTube algorithm will love it. As I'd say, the texts are on public domain. That means you can easily find them on the internet. To get this content, we are going to use a technique that is called web scraping. Basically, it's a bot that goes on a web page and collects information. It uses link to go from one page to another and just copy the relevant content. The only difference is that it does not need a screen to read the information. Instead, it takes it from inside the HTML tags. They are the elements that compose an HTML page and therefore a web page. So first of all, we need to find a website. I found this one where it's possible to read all the fables and they are already sorted, so it will be our starting point. Because a bot can't really understand where the content is on a web page, we will have to program its behavior. To do so, we will use the HTML tags that can be easily found if we inspect the page. That means if we look at the source code of it. Now we can understand how the content is represented in this page, and in this case it's actually pretty straightforward. Go to the link for every book, then go to the link that you can find for every fable, and copy the content. Pretty easy. When we steal, copy the content, we have to translate it, because of course it's in French. For that we are going to use an API, which stands for Application Programming Interface. To make it short, is a software used as a service that we can control via programming. In our case, we need a software that can translate a text from French to English. And what we want is to use this software without having to install it on our machine. Instead, we want to send tasks over the internet and receive an answer. Pretty simple, right? Well, it's actually what an API is. A software company creates an application that can do stuff. In our case, it's translation. This program needs to be controlled via parameters. Here it's the text that we have to translate, the language in which the text is, and the language where we want to get the text translated to. Those parameters are sent through HTTP requests, which are the one we use on web browsing. But this time, instead of a web page, we receive content, the translated text. So now we need to send all the fables to cloud web servers that provides translation. For this project, I use AWS, Amazon Web Services, which is the cloud service of Amazon. It is super easy to use and actually pretty cheap. I pay €0 for this project. Sorry, Jeff. Now that we have all the contents of the fable, we can start to define the title and description. Well, it's pretty much only programming. We know the title of the fable, as well as the author's name. We can also put the number of the fable, and well, we have a nice title for YouTube. By the way, I use Python for all the codes that I use in this video. You can find all the source code on my GitHub, link available in the description below. We can also generate a thumbnail for the video. Nothing fancy here, it's just a one-colored background with a title in the middle. To do so, I use a tool that allows me to create an image with code. We arrive at the most important part, the sound. But how can we create that? Well, do you remember APIs? Some provide a text-to-speech service. We send a text and we receive an audio file. The one I use is from AWS and it's based on artificial intelligence, and actually I'm pretty sure you already know it.
It is used everywhere. It is convenient and performs quite well.
Of course. Great! All we need to do now is edit the video. If we look at what a video is, it's basically images that are shown one after the other with audio on top of it. We already generate the audio and we actually know how to generate an image. Just remember of the thumbnail. We will use exactly the same technique. Then we have to put all the images and the audio on a video file. And to do so, we can use a tool that allows to create a video with code. We have a video. It's great, right?
La Fontaine's Fables, the city rat and the field rat.
I know, it's not the fanciest one you know. It's super simple, but, well, it does the job. We have all the pieces we need. Now we just need to put them on YouTube. For this, I'm sure you already guessed, we are going to use API. For this part, it was kind of tricky. I don't know if it was on me, maybe, or on the YouTube documentation was terrible, well, most likely also, but I had a ton of problems. You will see, it's quite funny. The process that we have to do, it's pretty easy. We have to send the video through YouTube API along with the title, the description, well, actually all the information that we can put on a video. And we ask to upload it on YouTube. And then the server just answers,
Okay, the video is online.
Or
An error occurred, please retry.
It is supposed to be easy, however, all the information has to be sent separately. It is quite understandable. The formats are different. A video is images and sounds, when a title is just text and a thumbnail one image. We first use the YouTube upload API to put our video on YouTube, and this is when it starts to be funny because it does not work. The API is set up, the video is actually uploaded, but it is blocked. Then you receive an email explaining that in order to prevent spam, scams, and fake news propagation, your content is inaccessible. I'm not kidding, they found the source of fake news on the internet. It was a YouTube video upload API, but I got lucky because it is still possible to watch the video, except that I'm the only one who can. Well, I thought this feature was not that relevant. However, it is possible to unlock the video for everyone if we make our software validated by Google. Well, let's go! Let's get our code validated by Google. To do so, it's actually pretty simple. You just have to fill this huge survey with random information like, hey, what is your company ID? Well, I don't have a company, just me actually, so I gave up. I did my best. So, because Google did not audit my software, I have to upload all the video by hand. There are 241 fables, so 241 videos. But I also do this video in French for my French YouTube channel. The link is available in the description below if you want to check it out. So in total, I have 482 videos to upload. Thankfully, YouTube supports multiple video upload, up to 15 at the same time. It's actually still okay, except that sometimes you don't know why, because it's completely random. You just block and you have to wait 24 hours because you upload too many videos. This was the annoying part. Now the funny one. We are going to set a title, a description, a thumbnail, well actually pretty much a lot of information for the video, and also put them in playlist to sort them out a bit. And here again, it's quite some work. First of all, you need to put all the video inside a playlist. Why? Because you have to ask the server the ID of every video to be sure that you only modify one specific video. It makes sense. After all, it's just like an API request like, hey, get the ID of those videos in this playlist. Then for every single video, we have to send an API request to set the title, description, and actually all the textual information for a video, an API request to set the thumbnail, an API request to create the playlist, an API request to put this specific video inside this specific playlist, and there it is. This channel exists. It's called La Fontaine's Fable. Link available in the description below, of course. As I said, I did exactly the same for my French YouTube channel, so you can check it out. I started YouTube a couple of years ago, so I have some other content there. If you understand French, or you want to learn French, or you just like the sound, just check it out. In this project, I could have gone even further. For example, I could have changed the logo and background of the channel thanks to YouTube API. Anyway, I have real ideas. What about create an IA that can answer the comments, for example? What do you think? Could be cool, right? If you have any idea, just put it in the comments. I will be happy to see them. I hope you like this kind of content, and if so, you can still like the video, subscribe and share it around. Bye bye.